sun, I'll be the bright and black that's making you run. I feel alright and we'll feel alright, 'cause we'll work it out. Yeah, we'll work it out. I'll be doing this if you ever doubt, till the love runs out, till the love
can't hear you if
runs
you talk right now
out.
anyway.
I'll be your ghost.
Good to know.
Your stadium, I'll be your 50,000, clapping like one. I feel alright, I feel alright, 'cause I worked it out. Yeah, I worked it out. I'll be doing this if you ever doubt, till the love runs out, till the love runs out. I've got my mind made up and I can't let go. I'm killing every second till it saves my soul. I'll be running, I'll be running till the love runs out, till the love runs out. And we'll start a fire and we'll shut it down, till the love runs out, till the love runs out.
All right, it's that time. It's 7 o'clock and maybe a minute after like that. And welcome to Prime Time. I'm Jeremy McKee, and we got some great guests. I know what you're thinking. Aliens, right? Yeah, right behind me. And if anybody knows this group, they know who they are. If not, we're going to tell you who they are. And it's not aliens either. It's Area 49 band, and we're going to have Tucker Mabry, and we're going to have Zach. Is it Tremblay?
That's it.
That's it. Okay. And Tucker Mabry and Billy Joe Cook.
Mm-hmm.
And some of you probably seen Billy Joe Cook in your home. Yes. Sounds creepy, doesn't it?
Welcome. It is creepy.
Oh, it sounds creepy. Well, let me switch over these guys right here. And guys, how y'all doing?
Good.
Doing well, doing well.
That is great. This is Area 49 band. And I got to ask you, I think I know, but where did you come up with the name Area 49?
You want me to take it? So, well, we can both. So when we were trying to come up with a band name, living in Union, Highway 49, Union is like a different world from everywhere else in the upstate.
No.
Yeah. And it just, one of those things, we were looking for something that was unique and different. Right. And so I was like Area 51, Area 49, and my wife came up with the alien logo design. And then Tucker had some stories that kind of led us to. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I let him.
Yeah, so Tucker was picked up by aliens. No,
Probed.
I tried to call them back. They won't call me back. I think I enjoyed it too much.
He might have picked up some aliens. That might have been what it was.
I'm still on the lookout.
Yeah, they're thumbing you.
I'm on the prowl for some alien action. But no, I was the only one at the time that actually commuted to Union. We've had some lineup changes through the years, and I was the only one who took the trip to Union. I'm from Spartanburg, and the best way to get there was Highway 49. And just talking to Billy, he's like, man, sometimes it seems like there's some alien activity on Highway 49. I see some weird stuff. I mean, one time I was driving through there and I saw a washing machine in a tree. Yeah, so I mean, can't make it up. And Billy's like,
shout out to Cook's Appliance.
happy customer.
So I can hear him call him now. Says, "I got an appliance problem here."
Washer in the tree.
But I told him that, and he said, "Billy's at Area 49," and then we were just like, "That's it."
Well, see, I had the impression that you took it from Area 52. Or 59,
Area 51.
51. There you go.
Yeah.
From the government's got the, all the aliens there, and I
Right.
said, well, someone must have took a trip there and got this. But it's really actually a pretty cool name.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, it's definitely a conversation starter. We get a lot of questions on it and everything. So, yeah, we're happy with it, and it's served us well so far.
Yeah, well, see, with this behind me, you can see the aliens back there. You got the drummer in there, and your wife drew this out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she did a great job on this right here. Good graphics, and headband. I didn't think I've seen any of you wearing a headband. Was it earlier times?
Our old guitarist would wear a headband sometimes. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now, Bill Joe, you are the bass and backup, and you grew up around music. And
Right.
actually, you wasn't brought up in Union, correct?
Well,
or I mean, you weren't born in Eunice, but
I wasn't born in Union. No.
shame on you.
Well, I know.
I
Right?
wasn't either. So
So my mom was from Augusta, Georgia. My dad was from Tampa, Florida, and we moved back and forth between the two for a while when I was a kid. And somehow we ended up in Union and been here ever since.
now you played your dad performed with some of the
It
great
was my
Johnny
grandpa.
Paycheck, your grandpa,
Yeah.
Johnny Paycheck, Johnny Cash, Tommy Cash, uh, Sheb Worley, and others. So
Jeb Woolley.
so you're the one kind of did he teach you how to play some or
Some, yeah, here and there. But at that time, we were living in Union, and my grandpa was still in Florida. So I only saw him a few times a year, when he'd come up or we'd go down. But they got me a guitar when I was 8 years old. And then when I was 11, he bought me a bass guitar. And between the times we saw him, when we would go down, he'd show me some stuff while I was there. And of course, I was, 8 years old, 9 years old, so I didn't remember most of it, but
right?
that's where it all started.
Well, most of us can remember before 9. You must have had a
I was a troubled child.
yeah. I was trying to say it was. I haven't back. I can't remember past 12, and
He has equations
Before.
just floating to his brain.
Yeah,
If you ever think Good Will Hunting, it's
he got it.
really-
He got probed by the aliens, right?
He's a
That's
special
it,
boy.
yeah.
He's a special boy.
Short bus.
Troubled child.
Yeah.
I
So
had ADD.
so you played bass in a blues band called Always Monday,
Hmm.
and that's kind of an unusual name too.
I guess it's always Monday. You got the Monday blues. I guess I don't know where they came up with the name, but it was fun. We played a lot of blues. Some T-Bone Walker. It's
Yeah.
old blues. that
Right.
We played
Now, what was your first guitar?
a Gremlin. No,
Gremlin?
yeah, that was the name of it. It said
Oh, yeah.
Gremlin on the headstock.
pretty awesome.
Yeah,
I've never heard of a gremlin.
yeah.
And it was ugly.
It, it was. It was ugly.
Well,
Strings
this guitar. Well,
high off the neck.
Oh, you got to start that way though.
Yeah, yeah.
It's character.
Tough
Yeah.
hands.
yeah. My first guitar was one of those you had like it and you crank. Yeah, that was it.
Like it.
'Cause I can't play music. Now, Zach. Now you wanted to play a guitar since you heard this wonderful song. What was the song?
Sweet child of mine.
I've heard. I remember when that came out.
Golly, the first note of that solo, man, it sold me. It sold me. It did.
Now, how old were you when you started wanting to get into music? I know you heard this song here.
So I was about 6 years old. Found a guitar in the attic.
Just a random guitar.
Well, it was my dad had this it was the old Yamaha beginner pack, right? That you buy at Walmart or whatever back then. I still have that guitar to this day. But I found that I wanted to learn how to play, and you make noise as a kid. They tell you real quick when you're bad at something.
Well, it could be worse. I guess it could be drums.
It could have been drums.
Oh
That's
yeah.
what I always say. That's what I always say. But none of the good noise comes from a guitar till you get past 9 on that dial. That's where all the good noise is at. So I'd crank it up,
Well, growing up, and I do this still yet. Matter of fact, I set up my wife says I used to have a lot of DJ equipment, and I used to sell. They used to have me come out and DJ now, and believe it or not, at 70 years old, they still have me come out and DJ. Can you see a DJ at this party? He's 70 years old. This rock, and I sold all the equipment, got into all this right here, and somebody says, "Hey, can you DJ for us over here?" Okay, she says, "I thought you sold all your equipment." I always hold something back.
Yeah.
So now, what I do, I go out here on my back porch and I serenade the whole neighborhood. They'll send me email or send me a text like this. Hey, can you play this right here? so I get to do that. So I love the music too, but I can't play anything. Now, who are some of your idols growing up that you wanted to?
Man, I was all over the place. Slash was, of course, the main one. He's the inspiration behind Sweet Child of Mine, of course. So I dove into him deeply. Zach Wilde was another big one, especially now more than anything. His style was just so unattainable back then, just his hands were just way too fast for me to even think.
Now, you upgraded from that guitar you found in the attic.
Yeah.
And you got what I've read, you got a nice one, Les Paul.
Yeah, I've got quite a few. I've played several over the years. I've had the Les Paul standards, traditionals, high end guitars, but I fell in love with the. It's a tribute model, like a '60s tribute model. Has no neck binding or anything like that. So to anybody listening that knows anything about that, you can play off the fretboard, which is kind of cool. So I use that kind of stuff. Not a lot of players use that, but it's a harmonic note that comes out of just bending it off the fretboard. So it's pretty cool. It's unique.
Now, did you study music, or did you go to school to study music, read the notes, and
Not a thing. I went to I went to guitar lessons for like, I think I went maybe like a total of 10 times, like maybe over the years. And we always started on the first little scale, the E, F, G, A, B, C, trying to learn everything. Never got past that. And I wanted to play rock and roll, couldn't find a place of rock and roll by just doing that over and over again. So I turned to YouTube pretty quick.
I was trying to say YouTube University?
Yes, sir.
Is
Yes,
great,
sir. Graduate.
but you cannot fix appliances on YouTube. You got to call Cook's Appliances.
Right.
We have to plug that in,
Yeah.
Put the backdrop on Cook's Appliance.
Yeah, yeah. A good backdrop would be the washing machine in the tree.
That's right.
We'll climb to new heights to make your appliance goes.
Like, never seen a laundry room like this. How do I get up there?
That's where the Alvin and the Chipmunks were at.
They gotta wash clothes too.
Yeah.
Now, Tucker, you was 12 years old?
Around 12 years old. My dad had a old classical guitar. I picked up pretty quick. I originally wanted to play drums starting off too. My dad's like, not no, but heck no. This is a G-rated show, so it was a heck. No,
Yeah.
what Dad said. And picked up the guitar, picked it up pretty quick. He played all his life. He's a lucky musician and had a fair amount of experience. And he taught me for about a year. Then I took lessons for about another year. And I showed up one day and I took from Joe Bennett, which folks in Spartanburg. He's no longer with us. He passed away several years ago, but he has one of the best reputations for teachers and everything. And he was just a pillar to the Spartanburg music community. He actually played with the Sparkle Tones that opened for Elvis and things like that. Yeah. So he was a really special player, just a special human being. And took from him for about a year and a half. And I showed up one day, and it's probably one of the best compliments anybody ever paid me. He said, "Listen, I can't teach you anymore. You need to give lessons."
Wow.
I was like, okay, well, and then I'm disappointed you said I wasn't one of your heroes. We'll discuss that later.
He didn't let me finish talking,
We-
man.
We'll discuss that later.
That's what I meant. It's his fault now.
But no, it's just one of those things. So I played in bands and everything through high school and early college, and started near 30, had a child, then had a second child, and never quit playing, but just slowed down. And then just realized, like, one day it hit me like a ton of bricks. It's like, just because you start a family and you have higher priorities, and you never quit being who you are. And
Right.
I got back in it, and it's been about 12 years since I've been back in it, and it's other than spend time with my children, it's really all I want to do.
It's inspired me ever since.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, now you got to. He's my hero, but he ain't been the same since the aliens.
They're not the same since me.
Well, how did you guys get together? I know you kind of meet on different circuits and listen to different bands that comes up and things like that. How did y'all kind of get together and just start playing?
So the band originally had a different name. It was called Dazed Renegade. Their bass player left. I was asked to come play, and so I did. And real quick, we decided we needed to change the name. Really, none of us liked the name Dazed Renegade. So
Worst band name ever.
yeah. So,
I didn't hate it. I was like,
well, you weren't here. So
You're still little, right? So-
yeah. I was still learning. I still found that guitar in the attic.
Yeah.
Still looking for it.
So, we come up with a name. We had, of course, Tucker was there and had a different drummer, different guitarist. And that's pretty much it, which the original drummer I've known since when I was a kid and we moved to Union. I met him in elementary school. So Alan Mitchell.
Yeah.
Okay.
he was the drummer, original
Jesse
drummer
Gregory was
then.
the lead guitar player, and we're still very great friends with those guys. I mean, it wasn't one of the bad breakups, or anything
Right.
like that. It's just
Right.
life happens, and
Well,
so
when we get older, sometimes different directions like that, our wife makes us do it. And
So anyway, the Jesse and Alan at certain points decided they were going to do something else. This guy was in a band that I filled in with. I don't know what, 4 or 5 shows.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
And that's how I met him. And then I stole him away from
Yeah.
them to
yes, I'll come play with you. Nice drummer over there. The guy who play guitar.
And I actually the drummer that's with us now, Barry, he was also in that same band.
He was.
Oh, he just closed the whole band down, didn't he?
He did. Brought it to a halt.
So anyway, we got to know each other. He actually didn't come along right away. We actually got Daniel Kurtz. Daniel was originally just going to fill in with us till we found a permanent guitarist, and he decided he wanted to stick with the band. So we played about a year or so with me, Tucker, and Barry and Daniel. And then Daniel's in college. He's got a lot going on, so his schedule sometimes doesn't line up with us playing shows. And then he took a job at
Quit school.
yeah, I know, right? So I think he took a job doing some stage work at the Spartanburg Memorial Auditorium,
Oh, wow.
which led to him being a rotational guitarist,
Yeah.
if you want to call it that. But
we're very fortunate to have 2 world-class lead guitar players. I promise you, I'm not trying to blow smoke right now, but if Daniel was here, I'd say the same thing about him.
Yeah, Daniel's 1.5 of those. I'm just the half world class.
That's untrue. They're both
This is
notch.
we got the guy from the attic.
Yeah.
well, actually, I guess I kind of skipped this, but he originally come in to be the guitarist for our side country project, Rodeo 49.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
we're going to talk about that.
And that just kind of led to him and Daniel kind of swapping around, and so now we have two good players that can play either show with either band, as needed.
Now, what did your music genre say around my wife? She's going to let me. I said it right. She's always telling me, says, "You don't put a D on that." Okay, genre, but music. How did you? You're going, and we're going to talk about the Rodeo 49 here in a moment too. But the rock and roll, the classic music, and what impressed me when we was talking to you, I was telling my wife even today that I said, what impressed me is that you have all original music.
Mm-hmm.
You're not using cover and stuff like this, and I was listening to something like that. So wow, that is great. Because you hear a lot of cover music and they're good and stuff like that, and some of them sound even better than the original.
Right.
But all yours is original.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we this is pre Billy. We started with other guys, and we were doing some covers, and it was.
And we still do covers.
Yeah.
By the way,
Right.
We just.
Yeah, it was coming along, but Carl, the old bass player, which is a great guy as well, still a great friend of mine. He said, "Tucker, he knew because we had worked together before." He goes, "You write, don't you?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, play one of your originals." And we played it, and the guys liked it. And then I played another one, and another one, and another one, and before you know it, we kind of became an original band. However, it didn't really get off the ground because it's just like I said, life happens and everything, and Billy comes in, and Billy just has a really good musical pedigree, and I guess the best analogy I can use is like when it comes to songwriting, I'm kind of the batter of the cake, and Billy's the icing. He'll come in and put the finishing touches on it and everything, and so it's very much a group effort. But I'll never say I'm good at anything, but I'm seasoned at writing about 70% of a song.
Right.
But I need other perspectives to help me bring it home.
Right. Now, how do you come up with so many songs, lyrics, and things? I mean, what kind of inspirations do you use? Is that things of life you run into? You wake up or middle of the night and say, "Hey, I got this right here," and you write it down. Tell me a little bit about your actions on some of this writing.
So it's Monday Blues.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
lyrically, it's the best way I can word it. Either the lyrics I write are either just really fun and really tongue in cheek that are going to kind of get a laugh out of you, or they're pretty heavy. Mm-hmm. So there's really no in between with me. And if you listen to some of our songs are just fun, happy, like what the heck's that guy talking about? And there's some of the stuff you know exactly what I'm talking about. And it's so it's I would say it's just a mix of it's all life experience. I wish I was one of those writers that could write fiction, but there's got to be an element of truth to what I write, and
Right.
so that's probably the best answer I can give you.
Yeah.
Mm.
Now, you write any?
I do write. I do. As are you asking about inspiration or?
Yeah. So what clicks and makes you think, so well, this will be a good song, or do you write pieces of it and kind of put it together?
Oh, I'm a very start to finish guy. I when I sit down, if I get a tune in my head, it's getting done that night. I'll stay up till 3 o'clock in the morning writing something. I'm ready to get it done, and it works out 9 times out of 10. There's sometimes I have to go back and tweak some things a little bit. Primarily though, it's a life experience thing. It's a state of mind. 9 times out of 10.
It's great that you say that about your process because my process is completely different.
Yeah.
Mine too.
I
Yeah.
piecemeal everything.
Mine
Like,
is,
yeah.
I'm totally, probably half of my song that I've written are like life, real stuff. But then I a lot of times I try to write from other people's perspective,
Mhm.
even though I might not have gone through what I'm writing about.
Sure.
It would make sense to somebody else who may have.
And I envy that because that's just something I can't do.
And when I never write the lyrics down. It's weird. I'm probably the weirdest songwriter ever, but I'll actually have the lyrics, the tune, everything in my head, have the whole song in my head before I ever write anything down.
Me
and then
too.
I'll bring.
Me
Oh,
too.
you do too?
I do that same thing, man. I'll be humming something and then I'll have words all of a
Mhm.
sudden. Then I'm like, all right, now we
Then-
got to put this whole thing
Then I'll
together.
come to Tucker. I'm like, we got to hammer this out. So usually I go to his house or something, and we'll just sit with acoustic guitars and hammer it out, and that's what we do.
I just
So I guess I guess inspiration. Like I said, new song coming up. It's called Refrigerator.
The Iceman.
The Iceman, yes.
Written from
Ice.
somebody else's perspective.
Don't
though.
use the ice pick.
Yeah.
Maybe I should write about the the lonely Maytag repairman.
That isn't like a slow ballad, like
Yeah.
that song gives me chills.
Yes.
That's fun.
Yeah, you got someone else up there saying that always makes me cry. An Andy Griffith thing, but it. Richard Sturman was telling me this about they didn't write the song Elvira. They didn't write that, and he was talking about the guy that wrote it come up to a stop sign and looked up, and there's this sign that says Elvira.
Mhm.
So he wrote it down, and he went down that road. He said it was full of big potholes, and that's where the Bapa Mau Mau come from. Was that right there?
I didn't know that.
So I didn't either, but he told me I was like, well, people get inspiration from everywhere.
I love that song.
Never know.
by the way.
Yes.
Love that song.
Yeah, and they did a remake on it here recently, and that a nice video on that really had a lot of the country and western stars in there,
Mhm.
and all. But you talk about you found that you're the attic person. Well, I found an old doll stands up about this tall in the attic, and it's like 80 years old. This old doll was. I still got it in there. I have to keep it hid because it scares the
I was about
grand
to say, I'll keep my story.
the grand
I wouldn't trade you for the world, man.
the grandkids and stuff, and we're talking about they're older now, in college and all, and they still won't go where I got that doll. My wife won't.
Creepy doll.
It is, and see, I've made some horror movie videos and stuff, and put that doll and things in it so they don't mess with it. But I know what you about the attic finds and stuff.
Yep, yeah, a little different than mine, but yeah,
Hey, maybe we should write a song about a creepy doll
that's right. And an attic person.
and an attic person.
And I'll take a picture of the doll and send it to you and have it cover.
Hey,
Yeah,
we got something here. We know what to do, guys.
Yeah.
That's what that alien did to me. I'll help out when I get through that.
Now, your music is classic rock and roll, and now you have a new genre of Rodeo 49. Tell me a little bit about that.
Okay. So Area 49 is what I call a blend of classic rock and 90s rock, kind of the style that we come up with. Me being raised around classic country music, I started writing some songs that wouldn't really fit with Area 49. They're more country, and you know what I mean. They just wouldn't fit with a rock band. So I started thinking maybe we should start a little side project to put some of those, country sounding songs out there. And that's where the whole idea for Rodeo 49 came from. Which I guess the style for Rodeo 49 would be a mix of classic country and 90s country, kind of the same formula that we have with Area 49, classic and 90s.
Definitely
And
some rock elements in there.
yeah, and we do kick it up and rock some, we do.
I can't hide it.
No. Some of the
Pulled it out of the attic, can't put it back.
Yep. But some of the cover music we
And you're
do.
gonna have somebody out there holler, can you play Rocky Top?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
No, we're not playing
Tell
Rocky.
you what, you put $100 in that tip jar, we'll learn how to play it real quick.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna be pretty.
True, yeah.
Well, it's
yeah.
kind of when you was telling me about the Rodeo 49 more of a country. I was thinking about the Blues Brothers when they went into play. They said we are the good old band, country band, and they had to learn how to rawhide the
Right.
song. So I can kind of picture y'all says, yes, we're Rodeo 49, we're country.
And then we start playing, and they're like, "Wait, I ain't never heard country music like this before."
Yeah,
And then he starts playing behind his head and all this, and running out.
I tell you, it's a good departure for me because Billy's a good singer and he's got some good songs and it's something we talked about for a while. And I mean, and being born and raised in this area of the country, if you don't like 80s and 90s country, you're just kind of lying to yourself. I mean, it was around us and we're saturated with it, and
It's right.
some of my favorite music. And so we talked about it for a while, and and it's just a matter. It's a good avenue for Billy's music. We're working on it, and we've played a couple shows, and it's funny, like with the rock elements and everything. Like it's, people have responded well.
Well,
And I'm looking forward to it. We're at the, still in the beginning stages of that, but the future's bright,
Yeah.
and I'm thankful to be a part of it.
so that way when you play a little country and next thing Zach goes off on the rips.
It's funny because he'll be playing some classic country licks, and then guitar solo time he's doing his what we call Zach Mild instead of Zach Wild. He does his Zach Mild thing, and
I do.
wearing a kilt and all that other stuff.
It's I like for me, I kind of get to take a back seat in this band because and for me it's a nice departure for me because I'm just really doing my best to compliment everybody else in the band. So I feel like I'm probably the weak link in the band, but it's just because but we're bringing it all together, and it's coming together nicely, and I'm looking forward to.
And I've never fronted a band before, so this is the first time I've been the main singer, and
We're doing great, man.
Well,
I made a mistake. The first show, I booked our first show at a place in Simpsonville called Warehouse at Vaughn's, and I was like, "This would be a good place for our first show." And then we get there, and there's like 200-300 people sitting out there. I'm like, "Oh no, I should have booked this at like a small spot."
It worked out great.
It's a great place for a first show. Makes you learn quick.
yeah. Well, you have all those surprises come up.
Mhm.
My wife and I, we used to do menus for restaurants and things, and she got us going to this one restaurant and said, we're going to go over there and talk to the manager about doing their menus. So we pulled up in this like small little block building, and there was a guy urinating on the side on the side. I said, I don't think they need a menu at all. That's funny. But what we're going to do right now, we're going to play one of your songs, and we'll sit back and let everyone just enjoy the music. And this is one of your latest songs.
this long road of maybe ending. It's too late now, stop pretending. There's no room left for forgiveness in a world that never does. In a world that never does. So if I had more money, or if I had more time, I could have given you your answer. I could have made your riddles right. There's no room for patience when you're always under the gun. So now you have your freedom. As I ride out in the sun with this long roll of maybe ending. It's too late now, stop pretending. There's no room left for forgiveness in a world that never does. In a world that never does. This long road of maybe ending. When it's too late now, stop pretending. There's no room left for forgiveness in a world that never does. In a world that never does.
All right, sounded good.
I'd forgotten how good that song was.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it
It
sounds
was sick as a
Yeah,
ball.
he was just getting over the flu or whatever
Yeah,
when
it
we
was-
made that video. It was,
So yeah, but I was so if I if I was in pain up there, I truly was. But no, the Brendo Jones group too. They man, for any band who's looking to do any kind of music and audio video like that, they are world class, top notch.
Mhm.
I mean, they are fantastic. So
They made me look and sound great too.
yeah.
your hair grows very thick.
It does, man. It does. Miracle
Plastic
grow.
surgery and all, man. Just-
a little dab of do you. That's one of them old
of course, that was Daniel, our other guitarist, playing in that video, but he'll
Right,
be
Daniel-
in some
You
soon. mentioned
mentioned Barry too, our drummer. up
Yeah,
there. He has
yeah.
your house.
Yeah, we're gonna show some pictures in a minute here also, like here, that you sent me that
Yeah.
would let you talk about. And okay, I know that you're married, you got children. How do you squeeze and you work and how do you squeeze this
Very
everything
carefully.
in there?
Very carefully.
An alien probe thing.
Yeah.
Circle back
it's,
to that.
Well, you know, it's like that. You spin it around fast enough, you go back in time, you know. We had to figure something out. But no, it's I work at the shop or in customers' homes Monday through Friday. I juggle so much. Usually at this time, I'm at band practice with my church. I play at church, Greater Union Church. Tuesday nights, we're usually rehearsing for either one of these bands. Wednesday night, I'm back at church band thing, playing on Wednesday night. So usually Thursday night in the week is the only night that I don't have anything going on. So I usually get in the recliner and turn on a game or turn on a movie or something and get woken up at like 2:30, 3 o'clock by my wife. You coming to bed?
I'm just kind of
in a minute.
I'm just kind of wondering how you going to sit and relax and watch a movie like that when you got
We have
children,
six
six
of them.
children,
Yeah,
and now they think it's pretty cool for dad to be playing this music.
I think so.
Are they learning any music, or have you
My-
got them their first guitars yet, or
Yeah,
drum set?
believe it or not, I've tried with all of them, but my youngest daughter is 9 years old. She's been playing guitar. She's actually played in a few church services with me.
Oh,
I
great!
should have got you some pictures of that. I don't know why I didn't. But
You're in trouble.
the teenagers, they're doing their own thing, you know.
Oh, yes.
You know, whether they're at work or talking to boyfriends or whatever.
Well, you know,
they let me
growing up,
Yeah.
my time, like if you played in a band like that, you was one of the coolest guys around.
Well, they wear our band shirts and band hats, and I it's funny. I walked in one day from work, and my 11-year-old Zach, my son's name's Zach too, is playing something, I don't know, Fortnite or some game on PlayStation Online, and he's got Area 49 music playing while he's playing with whoever online that he's playing
That's
with.
pretty cool.
So I guess they like it.
Yeah, and named your child after him, and
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Inspiration a minute.
that's it. That's it. Another inspiration moment, isn't it? And also, same question with you.
Well, I have a very, 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 very understanding lady at home. My daughter has the music bug. She plays piano and she's big into the arts. She's 11 and it's just a matter of her finding her avenue. And it comes natural to her. When she comes to me, I'm not pushing the issue.
Right.
But she's playing piano. She's progressed with that really well. And but theater and art's her thing. My son, he's going on 17 years old. It's sports or sports.
Right.
He really has no interest in music. But I think that maybe my children they don't see it as me being cool. They see it as me being interesting because they definitely find a way to mention it
Maybe.
to their friends.
Yeah.
And hey, by the way, my dad does this. And that's what I learned. Just that's a lot of reason why I play music. I mean, yes, it does take a lot of sacrifice, and it takes a lot of balance. Balance in your home life and your work and music and yeah. But when something's important to you, you find a way.
Right.
And I just
Well, I imagine it's pretty cool with your kids and stuff, when especially when playing a big venue and all the crowds out there and they says, "Boy, that's my dad up there," It's got to be that, spoiled up moment.
my daughter eats it up. My son, he just kind of makes fun of me.
It wouldn't matter what you did, man. I'll tell you that right now.
Better. You're not any better. I wish I was.
Well, we can actually understand what you're saying.
I wish you were too, man. I'd have retired a long time ago. I'm only 24.
Now,
Being hurtful.
now, Zach, what about you? You work?
I do.
Full time?
I do.
And-
I drive trucks for a septic and grease company, so I stay on the road all the time too. All the time. Monday through Saturday most weeks, but
I can't believe these guys ain't done made a joke with that.
Oh, we have.
oh yeah, they're there.
We're trying to.
Trying to be nice, right?
Yeah.
They practice at my house, so
Yeah.
Oh, no,
yeah.
I'll take my house and go home.
Exactly.
Oh man, but I mean, like you said, if you love something enough, you find a way, and that's I've wanted to do that. Like I said, that's been I'm a wishy-washy person when it comes to a lot of stuff. I've put my hand in every cookie jar there is, but music's always stuck with me. So
Well, and that's great. That's how you get. You're only 24, and I mean, you got a lot of years ahead of you, and being seasoned with these guys here, it's kind of good stepping stone.
it's an honor, man. It really is.
Yeah. Now, do you sing any solos or?
I do sing in another band. So that's
I haven't been able to convince him to put a mic on stage for us yet.
He sings very well too.
I
I had the pleasure of hearing his band this past Friday, and they flat out tore it up. Sounded great. total package of a band. And you sounded great, man. Just
Appreciate it.
gassed me up. You sounded really good.
I appreciate it. Those microphones they had going, they did me justice, I guess.
Wasn't like the Barney Five episode where they told him to sing real low with the microphone, and then lower and lower,
Yeah.
and finally just moved his lips, and somebody else in the background is singing. Because that's a high-powered microphone.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I'm telling my age here.
We know Barney Five.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now let's show some pictures.
Okay.
Who's these strange guys?
So that's Jesse Gregory over there. He's actually
He's actually playing for Jazzy that
Oh, okay.
he plays with her.
and he's the kind of guy super talented. He's going to bring a lot of value to any group he's a part of. A real dear friend of mine, and just lucky I was able to spend the time because we spent a lot of time together playing music. We probably played together 5 or 6 years, and wouldn't trade it for anything. So,
And Jazzy was one of my first interviews here. I think she might be my third one, somewhere like that I had here. She played and sang
Yeah.
on the show.
Oh.
that was Donna up there singing.
Yeah, that's so that's, of course that's Jesse on the left, but I don't know if my wife is watching, but I don't know what I'm pointing at. They can't see what I see. That's my wife. We actually
Put her on the
convinced
spot.
her to get we pulled her up on stage at a show we were doing, and she's terribly actually she plays guitar at church with me as well, but she can sing so good, and she's always been terribly afraid to get on stage, and I just kind of had to make her. So that's a picture of her up on stage, and we're gonna get her to do it again. She's actually gonna get up with us. I think it's July 5th at Freight Yard in Spartanburg. So we're gonna really put her on the spot there in front of
She
a
sings.
crowd.
She's amazing too.
Well, great.
He ain't just saying that.
Well, my wife, first time she ever sang, we had some karaoke music out, and she's going to sing. I said, "Come on, convince her." She went in the closet with the microphone to sing.
I get it.
Yeah, so
And she's probably gonna kill me for giving you that picture, but
No,
yeah,
she's she can get after it. She can
Yeah.
really sing. It's just so we're gonna keep putting her out there till she believes it.
great.
that's of course the original lineup after the name after I joined the band. That's of course Tucker and me, and then the Alan and Jess. Alan was the original drummer, and again that's Jesse all the way at the end.
Okay.
Alan's awesome.
That is Rodeo 49 there. That's essentially it's the same band plus one guy. Joe Heddle plays bass with us. You can see him back there. Barry, same drummer. You
Right.
know, it's kind of the same lineup plus one because we actually tried it because I play bass in Area 49. We tried it with me singing and playing bass, and I just couldn't do it. Bass is so percussive, I just couldn't sing and play it. So I said, we got to find a bass player.
Yeah.
And I put an ad out, and Joe responded. He plays with he plays a lot of places with a guy named Teddy, and I can't remember Teddy's last name, but they go by Teddy and Joe Musical Duo.
Oh, okay.
And he responded, and he's older than us, but he fit right in. And
He tears it up on that
yeah,
bass too.
yeah. And he's unique. He's left-handed,
Oh, wow.
but he plays a right-handed bass upside down. So it's
Yeah.
yeah, it's total opposite. I guess he's like the bass version of Jimi Hendrix, but not restringing it.
He plays with his teeth and everything, man. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Wow. He must have grew up playing the guitar, looking himself in the mirror, and reverse it.
Man,
I need to ask him how he got. He may have told us. I don't know. That is us at 720 room in Spartanburg, New Year's Eve, playing in
23.
yeah, it was not this past New Year's, the one before, playing an all original show with there was several other bands that played right after us. A band called Dazer from
Yeah.
Clemson played, but it was an all original. Everybody had whatever set. It was all original, no covers.
Now, is it hard to like you got someone okay, it's going to fill in for you, and you hadn't filled in with you before. Is it hard to kind of, do you get, does it get with them to practice some, or
We
just
do.
right on the fly, someone shows up?
In those instances, we generally try to leave the originals out of our set just so we don't force them to learn, a
Right.
bunch of songs for one show, So most of the musicians we know, they would know probably 95% of our set list, so they could just show up and play. But actually, he filled in with us one time before we even talked about having him in the band, and he actually learned some of our originals just to fill in. So
which is extremely
But
humbling.
kind
I mean,
of,
I'll be forever grateful
Yeah.
for that. But yeah, like I want to be like the only feelings we really have are between Daniel and Zach, and I mean,
Yeah.
it's they have an equal share in this band, and I never want to be one of those bands that just has like interchanging parts,
Right.
because it ends up. I just don't want to be that. I'm gonna leave that alone. I just don't want to be one of those bands, and because we're first and foremost an original band.
right.
And we have to play covers in the market we're in. I get it, and
Right.
I enjoy it. And even if I went to see a band, I want to hear some covers too. I want to hear something I know. But I do appreciate any band that's writing music and is putting it out there. And that's one thing we strive to do. So we're very selective of who we bring into our circle, and just really humbled and grateful for Zach and Daniel and Barry to come in and learn the music and play it with play it as well as they do.
Yeah.
So just very, very
Well,
thankful for that. There's Barry.
There he is.
Look at that.
There's the man.
I think
Got
that was
beard
an
of
old
Zeus.
Yes, he
school
does.
tavern. Yeah.
I could start growing a beard right now. I would never have that.
Oh, I can't. I can't grow a beard. It grows a little bit here. That's it. It won't go any further.
It just grows in all Joe dirty like this.
Man, he shaved that morning, and that's what he looked like that night.
Wow.
Wolfman Jack.
Well, it's kind of like the Corral guy that played in the movies there. Where he thought he was God, turned him into Moses.
Yeah.
Every time he,
somebody, Evan Almighty.
yeah, Evan
yeah,
Almighty.
yeah.
Every time he shaved, it looked around, it was back out.
Yeah.
He's Barry again.
Now I voted for this president here.
Yeah, that is. So John
Been around
Hoyt,
this country and the ground.
you had
2
him
days.
on, yeah. Hot as yeah. What was it? 2 weeks ago? Hot as a pepper.
Yes.
So that was kind of an inside joke here with, because I've gotten to be good friends with John over I don't know how many years now, for a while. But I've got a shirt that actually is that same shirt, but it has Dave Grohl's face on it, and it says Dave Grohl for president. And so my wife wanted for last summer for our anniversary, she wanted to go see Creed since they reunited.
Right.
It's one of her favorite bands ever. And I asked John if he wanted to go. He's like, I would not go see Creed if it was free. So I had that shirt made with John Hoyt for president, and I said, sent him that picture. I said, see, you made it to the Creed concert after all, And so it kind of became like a little running joke. We had some Hoyt Cook 24, him president, me vice president, election shirts made. It just kind of got to be I guess it was corny joke, but it was funny.
Yeah, it's pretty
Your
fun.
arms wide open in the picture.
Yeah, exactly. With arms wide open under the sunlight. And of course it had poured down rain. So we stood in the rain for an hour and a half waiting on them to open the gate. So I'm like, here I am soaking wet with John Hoyt at the Creed concert,
Somebody wants to come up to you, so I voted for him.
I'm sure they regret it. And
Yeah.
that's Old School Tavern.
Fun place to play. Probably one of the best.
No,
places
was this
to play.
the Rodeo 49? No,
No.
I just see the cowboy hats.
No, he wears that hat a lot.
That's my summertime hat.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's good about that time. I'll wear it. That's my pool hat, and my summertime hat. That's one thing I try to do. Like you got a lot of there's just a lot of people like I've never had the rock star look. I just never have, and the harder I try, the different I look. So I figured a long time ago when I was about 15, 16 years old, just be yourself. And that's
Well, he's got the
dress
dark
like
glasses. And everybody.
These are prescription, by the way. Like I need them to see. Like I don't have weird googly eyes or anything. Depending on who you ask, man, that might be weird to some people. But no, I need them to see. So I'm wearing them so I can see what's going on.
Some aliens that did that, didn't they?
But the story is his eyes were too pretty, so
Oh,
he has to cover them now.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, it keeps from women throwing underwears on the stages, right?
Well, there's that, and the aliens too.
Yeah.
They kept coming back for him. They couldn't get enough.
Aliens, they wear some weird garments. They're out there.
As Zach there playing behind his head. That was this past New Year's Eve.
Yeah, yeah.
For this show, I said you need to wear your Sunday's best.
Or-
That we gained through the local and regional music scene.
It just moves. Yeah.
I'll be living.
Attic.
I'll be living.
I'll
Well-
be upstairs, not now anyway.
You go on the website, there's a number you can call if you want to book Area 49 or Rodeo 49. Just give them a call, whatever your needs is. And if they are available, you got to act quickly and you got to put it out ahead of time. You can't just say, hey, can y'all come out tomorrow? Don't work that way. They say booked up. Well, I'm Jeremy McKee, and thank y'all for watching. And stay tuned next Monday, and we will reveal later on this week who it is and who you can see.